things Janice and I discussed at the time of moving in was that there were people living here. She didn't come out and say WITSEC, but they were, she said, criminals that had had their records expunged, and so they were able to move in here. And I think maybe she saw I had a clean record and thought I was one of those, but no, my record is actually clean. Tommy and I discussed that the WITSEC program had taken someone in this community who was telling them a lot of lies about me and spreading lies around the community about me. And I believe she lives 2 doors down, especially because her name is Sherry. She talks about working at a gas station, and she looks like Sherry that I know who worked at a gas station in Willette, Tennessee. And she actually ran the gas station. She owned it. And that she was running things there. But Tommy told me that they had basically come up with a fictional character based on me as to be who was in charge there. And that it, from what she described of how much and how long she had been watching me, this is not the first time. In fact, a lot of the people who are living here in WITSEC are saying that they are in hiding from me. So when she kind of got a better picture of what was going on, she tried to talk to the WITSEC people and other people, and the marshals and lots of different agencies, people here in Indiana, about trying to clear some things up so that I could get on with life. And they didn't, they were uncooperative, didn't have the time for it. And, it's one of those things where it's again one of those things where that you get kind of in a lot of trouble for knowing that you're in danger. The police aren't going to protect you from people. They will arrest them after they've done something. And so, Dad didn't want to rest assured that they would get my murderer. He didn't want me to be murdered. So he, had to do things in a variety of different ways. And other people in my life had to do things in a variety of different ways. Some, Dad, in Dad's case, entirely legal ways. In Gramps' case, not so much. And some people have the ability to differentiate these things. I have that ability. My mother did not. My great-grandmother does not. My grandfather does not. But my son does have the ability to do that. But I think he keeps people in his life that probably do not. And but they would not share anything regarding that with him. And it gets back to the idea of crime is done by individuals with identities, and there are different crimes. Like I don't know how many people the Wizard of Oz killed with his own hands. But he was caught on tape or something ordering the deaths of people who then were killed by people who obeyed what he did. I do not have anybody obeying me. In fact, I am the person that people must not call a whore. Whenever I am called a whore, bad things happen. But they aren't even done by people. Places catch fire on their own. A child decides to play with matches. And literally a child playing with literal matches. Nobody whispers in his ear in person. But there was nobody with me on the ride home. And yet I saw him very clearly, and I know that a child would see him even more clearly. And I was certain I was with a human being.